Welcome, 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 my fellow Crusaders. You're listening to Crusade with me, and today is something truly special. Our 100th episode. That's 100 bold conversations, 100 moments of challenge, courage, and clarity. 100 steps into a life of purpose, power, and presence. And today is a voyage, because we're not just talking about growth, we're growing together right now. We're stepping into the unknown with eyes open and steady hands. We're listening to something quiet but powerful that calls from deep within. And if you listen closely, you might hear the whisper across the water. Come sail away with me. Well, hello, my queen.
Hello, my love. We had to have a little dance party.
Yes, we
did.
Yes, we did. We listened to some good music. We'd actually danced.
We danced.
To Jimmy Buffett, Brown Eyed Girl.
And I said, you have no brown-eyed girls in your life.
No, I do not.
But that's okay.
That's all right.
That's okay. It's a good song. Yep.
It is a great song.
Speaking of parties.
Yes, in girl parties,
The girl
specifically.
The mermaid party. And they were dressed. Last Saturday was after we finished our episodes. We went to our granddaughters, who turned 5, and
Earth Angel.
Earth Angel. I couldn't think of that because we changed her name.
You've changed her name for me, but yeah.
She turns 1 this week, so
Right.
they had a mermaid party, and they were in matching mermaid dresses, which were adorable. And Earth Angel is just started walking. She started out walking on her knees, which to me was way more complicated than walking on her feet. But she had this adorable little ruffly dress, and
Which she
loved it because she was picking up the dress and pulling it out so we could see it. And so she's going to be girly, like her sister. And they were just adorable. So fun. And our son made a fabulous, he smoked a
brisket.
A brisket for us. So we had great food and got to see our daughter-in-law's mom and her grandmother, which is hilarious together with my mom, because her grandmother is close to 90.
Right.
But she loves to take care of my mother. And they like to hold hands. And it's an accident waiting to happen. And so I walked in, and they call her Gigi. And I'm like, Gigi, it's so good to see you. I said, are you surviving? Are you thriving? Or both? And she goes, I'm both, and I'm causing trouble everywhere I go.
And she means it. And she means it. Yes, she
So
does.
let me just tell this quick little story real fast. So
Not about the driver's license bureau.
Oh, no. My mother surrendered. Well, she didn't surrender her driver's license, but she surrendered her keys about 4 years ago. Luckily, we didn't have to have that fight. I think because when it was time for my dad to stop, that was a fight. He got Alzheimer's. So my mom, she surrendered her keys willingly. So our daughter-in-law's mother is responsible for her mother. And so I've heard some of the stories from our daughter-in-law and obviously from her mother, because we, kind of share our caregiving tales.
Your woes.
Yeah. And so, So when Gigi made that comment about I'm surviving and thriving and I'm causing trouble wherever I go, I looked over at
her daughter.
And she rolled her eyes. So I knew there was a story to tell. So when we had gotten done eating lunch, I noticed that Jeannie was holding our Earth Angel, and so I immediately went over there to that table and took the baby so that she could finish her lunch. And I said, so what's going on with your mom? And she's like, oh, Kathy. So I knew the exasperation. I heard the exasperation in her voice. So her mom is a devout Catholic, has been her whole life. I mean, she sits on the board with the sisters.
Whatever.
And whatever that means. I don't know what that means. But anyways, I mean, so she goes to mass several times a week.
Right.
But she's all over Facebook. I mean, whenever she posts something, I always like it, and she reposts things. It's always, she reposts things that she probably shouldn't, but I think she doesn't know what she's reposting.
Right.
But it's just funny. To me, it's funny because it's not my mother.
Correct.
Or my grandmother, or,
Right.
great grandmother. So anyways, she had reached out. One day, a couple of weeks ago, it's 9:00 at night, or no, it's not. I don't know what time it was. I'm sorry. I don't even know why I said that, but it's late at night, it's after dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And Gigi is in her room and the doorbell rings. And so Jeannie goes to answer the door, and it's two lovely ladies at the door, and they're from the Church of Latter-day Saints. And they want to know if Gigi is home. That's not her real name, but so she's like, yes, she is, but she's down for the night. And they said, oh, okay, well, she reached out to us on Facebook, and she said she would like to have more information about our religion. And she's like, my mother is almost 90 years old. She's a devout Catholic. She's been she sits on the board of whatever.
The Sisters of
whatever.
Bitching or whatever. I don't know.
Stop it. So, of course, Jeannie is taken aback because her mother has given out her address, her name and address. And this is a woman who has been scammed at least 6 times.
For money.
That Jeannie is, the credit card or the gift card scam.
Right.
For thousands of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
So to say that she's got some issues, it scares her. So now that she's giving out her name and address, luckily it's to some nice ladies. But the other thing is that she's not sure why she's gotten the Church of Latter-day Saints involved because she's clearly not going to change religions at
I
this
think
point.
Jeannie had told them that.
Yes, well, that's what she's kindly, politely
don't want to waste
telling
your time,
them.
but
right.
yeah.
So the next day when she questions her mother about this, she's like, Mom, why would you do this? And she's like, and I thought this was actually a very good comeback. Gigi informs her, well, I just want to make sure that I know everything I need to know before I die.
and look,
but
we didn't plan this, right? We did not plan for you to tell that story. I didn't know you were going to tell that story.
But as I'm thinking back on the day, I had to share that story.
But that ties so well into this 100th episode, which did you think we were going to be here? Remember back to January?
No. I mean, yes, I remember back to January. Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
When we were in the garage with the bell.
We had this in the garage.
And I was just a one-time guest.
We didn't know what we were doing. And not that we know a whole lot more now, but we've gotten more accustomed to doing what we're doing. That it just... I love Gigi.
I love her too.
And I think that is an awesome question for a near 90-year-old.
It is
to ask.
That's what I said. I thought it was a great
and I know. I think I said this, and we've kind of pivoted. I'm trying not to name. We had the episode where we talked about the fellow you follow, and he removed
Sparks.
Yeah, we removed
Sparks.
a pivotal moment. To look again. Let's remove some labels. Let's remove all this convenient alleged stuff, because that's probably a problem. Not probably. It is, in my opinion, a problem. And let's just talk about things that we also had an episode on over these last 100 episodes. We've had an episode on common ground, right? And can we get along and can we celebrate what we share in common, right? And I'm really pushing that hard, and I'm really taking hold of that. And so that's the direction we've gone. I don't claim any, I want to celebrate and have connection with people, and it's just, let's talk about stuff we have in common. Let's to create and build that connection, which is in our DNA to do, right? And that's where we're at. And I'm happy. I'm proud of where we're at. I'm excited where we're going and what we're doing. And I want to be clear. Does that mean everything's perfect in our lives? Absolutely not. We don't sit here on this podcast claiming to know much of anything, right? We really talk about our experiences and honestly what we're thinking and just trying to move along.
There you go.
And grow. And, we were struggling we need to do something special for our 100th episode, right? What do we do? Man, I don't know. And out of stupid. So the song, Come Sail Away with Me, Styx, popped into my head. And I said, well, we're going to do something about Come Sail Away. But, follow me on this. Isn't that it parallels our lives, that song? That there's a mystery of growth or maturing or awakening or recognizing, whatever the term you want to use. And guess what? That's not a straight path. It's not a clean upward climb. Honestly, growth, maturing, awakening can be wild. It circles back on itself. I know I do that all the time, right? Or it surprises you, or it humbles you, and sometimes it breaks you before it builds you. I mean, think about it. You're 20 years old and full of plans, right? Then you're 35 and you're just trying to hold everything together. Then you're 50 and you're wondering what really matters now. Then you're 70 and finding peace in the things you once resisted. Growth doesn't ask for speed, it asks for awareness. It doesn't promise control, it offers depth. So what if? Just what if, right? And that's what I appreciate about Gigi. Well,
Right.
I mean, we could say, oh, that's senility, or that. No, it's a beautiful question. What if every setback was actually a step inward? What if even in stillness, you're still sailing? Because becoming isn't about having all the answers. And I certainly don't have all the answers. I don't even have all the questions, right?
Right.
But it's about learning to stay open, even when the winds change. So here's a question, and that has stirred inside every human heart in every era. Why are we here? Not the shallow answer. Not the one we memorize or inherit, but the deep one. The quiet one. The answer that lives in our bones. And here's what I believe. You're not here to perform. We're here to become. You're not here to fit in. We're here to expand. You are made of mystery. You are stardust with a nervous system. You are emotions. Instinct. Intuition. And force. So when you grow, you are not becoming someone else. You are remembering a version of yourself that existed before the noise. You are stepping into something richer, wider, and more honest. You don't need to name it. You don't need to label it. Just feel it.
Mm.
And let it guide you. You know, we've had episodes recently about masculine and feminine, right?
Yes.
Some of my favorite combos. But let's talk about balance, because we talked about balance in those episodes. So not the kind that keeps everything equal, all right? That's not what I'm talking about with balance, but the kind that makes everything whole. Every human being holds both power and softness, drive and surrender, structure and flow. Whether you identify as a male or a female, you have the energy to build and the wisdom to listen. The masculine says, let's go, right? The feminine says, let's feel. One without the other is incomplete. The masculine is the ship, and the feminine is the wind. You are the wind beneath my wings, my queen. Okay, kids, go away, and you can blow me anytime. But anyway.
My God.
But let me refocus and get back serious. So to my brothers, be strong, be grounded, but feel deeply. And dare I say, cry without shame. Hold space. Listen fully. And to my sisters, be wild. Be soft. Speak powerfully. Set boundaries. Let your love take up space without apology. This world doesn't need more extremes. It needs more integration.
Mm-hmm.
Are you tracking, or am I out in left field?
No, it's all tracking. I mean, we talked about some things I'm going through, growth things I'm going through, and it's hard to be honest with yourself,
Yes, it is.
but it's freeing. It's draining,
Yeah, it can be.
but it's also empowering when you come to realizations about how you are, what you are, why you are, and you can't go forward until you acknowledge those things, work on fixing those things. But there's liberation in that.
One of the
that
things,
all? I know you
yeah,
know,
you're
but
right.
but is it
Yes.
making sense in a
Absolutely.
general form?
Oh, yes. So just like with something, and I didn't mention this, and I probably should have, our conversation this morning, right? And you said, I have to share something with you, and you said something.
But I want to believe, let me just, so
Yeah.
that you can speak on this too. But I think all of that was born out of that episode. It got my mind.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Just kind of tapping into those.
The masculine and feminine, and
So
or
I
you
mean,
talk
these
about
things
the-
are for us.
are you talking about the sexual energy episode, maybe?
No.
Okay. So, no, but something I didn't mention that I should have mentioned, skipped that bullet point, is that the talking about vulnerability, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how vulnerability is we're putting ourselves out there. We are susceptible to being hit or pained or shocked or something.
Mm-hmm.
And now you can develop a circle or a tribe or a community or a group of people that you can become vulnerable with, right? Now, our circle is extremely small. And vulnerability is not weakness.
Mm-hmm.
And when we talk about masculine and feminine, masculinity and femininity, the energy, most men view vulnerability as a weakness. Vulnerability, I would purport to you that it is not a weakness. Matter of fact, it is a substantial show of strength, because I can be vulnerable with somebody. I don't care what you feel like you can do to me. I'm strong enough to withstand it.
Mm-hmm.
That is awakening. That is growth. That's thriving. That's what we're trying to build here. And so you shared something with me that you had never shared with me before. You were vulnerable in that moment, right?
Yes.
How did you feel after you shared that?
Good.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't that I was keeping something.
No. It was awakening for you
for
when you shared that
myself.
with me.
Yeah,
Right.
I was enlightened to myself.
Mm-hmm.
I had a moment where I had a realization about something about myself. And now that I've seen it, I can't unsee it.
That's all of us. That's all of us. But
and now I have to fix it.
Hold on. Let it flow. Let it.
I have to
it's
sit
the
with it
balance.
for a while.
It's the balance,
Yeah.
right? So, and that's the beauty of everything in life, right? And if we could get past my boss and I know I talk about him a lot, but he is also a devout Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
And as I've made it known here, we've been in the Lutheran Church for years and years and years and years and years.
Probably 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we chide each other about our differences.
It's fun.
It is fun.
Yeah, it's
It
all
is
in
fun.
playfulness. Yeah.
And we have great conversations. But what I'm asking on this podcast, forget all that. There are people on this rock we call Earth that we all share things in common with, whether it's hard to get to because of language barriers, which I found out last week, right?
Yeah, right.
Right? I did find that out. Yeah. So everything in our lives are just like the weather. There's seasons, right? And everything alive moves through seasons. Nature knows this. But we forget. We expect constant bloom, constant motion. But sometimes the most profound transformation happens in stillness. And there's a reason trees shed their leaves. A reason snakes shed their skin. A reason waves pull back before they rise. So I would say to you, you're not broken when you are in winter. You are resting, regenerating, getting ready. So let every season of your life teach you. Let summer teach you to laugh. Let fall teach you to let go. Let winter teach you to listen. Let spring teach you to rise again. You don't have to force anything. You don't have to rush your becoming. You're not too late. You're in a season. Right? What? I can't go away for a week and I come back and
I am an emotional mess.
I noticed.
What is wrong with me?
Is it hysteria? I can help you with that. I can help you with that.
I think, as much as we hate being away, I think what you just said, I think having time to sit and I didn't have busy work. I didn't have to have dinner prepared.
Right.
That's another story.
When
I got to go there. I did have time. I mean, I read, but I think I had time to think. And I am in a season, and it's a wonderful season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this season in my life. And I am thinking about things that hopefully I can share.
Mm-hmm.
But at a later date. But I am thinking about things, and I am trying to be a better human because we do these podcasts for ourselves, and I do try to practice what we preach.
Right.
And the things that you put forward for us to do.
You do.
I do. And I do. And I have been putting in the work, and I'm starting to see the benefits of that. And with you having more time on my hands this week, as you know, a lot of things came to the surface this week. And
Right.
And I guess I'm just emotional about it. So
That's okay. That's great.
I know.
That is great.
Yeah. So
Good stuff.
they're the fruits of my labor, I guess, my tears.
Yeah.
So
But it's just, yeah. Hey, but I think that's remarkable. I think it's fabulous.
yeah. I mean, sometimes tears aren't negative.
No, not
like
at all.
not like the last episode. Sometimes it's just what you're saying is matching what I'm feeling,
Sure.
and that's a form of connection.
Yes.
You're validating what I'm feeling,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes that just brings out a positive emotion.
And don't you know that we're all alike?
Everybody
Guess what?
wants to be validated.
We all, yes. When we hear other people validate our feelings, our thoughts,
yeah.
first of all, connection, one. Two is I'm not broken. I'm not screwed up.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I might be a
liberating
little
and
broken,
affirming.
but I'm trying to correct some of it.
So let's get real for a minute, all right? You don't, we've talked about this many times. You don't have to label what you are. I guess that's right. And that's what I'm trying to be clear of.
Yeah.
And that was one of the pivots of this podcast.
Well, don't you think that people who are looking for a label are looking to be part of the victimhood?
Or a fight or something.
Right. Yeah.
Or to some way segregate and not share commonality, but to silo, pigeonhole.
Right.
You're this.
Yeah. Or just attention in general.
Right. But you don't have to have a label, right?
Mm-hmm.
So labels are not your identity.
Right.
They're not your path. They're not even your belief.
Mm-hmm.
Labels are convenient.
Mm-hmm.
They help us explain things quickly, but they're also limiting.
Mm-hmm.
They reduce the vastness of who you are into something that fits into a sentence. And maybe that's not enough anymore for me.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's okay if you're in a space where nothing fits right now, where even the words that you use to comfort you feel too small. That's not confusion. That's growth. You're not becoming something new. You are growing too large to be contained by what used to hold you. I want to say that again. You are not becoming something new. You are growing too large to be contained by what used to hold you. Let that happen. Let the box break. Let the story rewrite itself. You don't need to be this or that. You just need to be you. Fully, wildly, unapologetically. And that can be freeing. Right?
Yep. I'm working on that in a lot of areas.
We both are. All of us
Yeah.
are. Yeah. No, and we should. And we should.
I hate when I outgrow my pants, though.
Well, now you're going the other way. Now you're buying clothes because you don't have any that fit. It's just and let's be real. Let's be candid, because we talked about our exercise and our, trying to take better care of our bodies, and that plays an integral part. It truly does.
Right.
When your body physically works in balance in the way it should, the way it was designed,
Yeah.
it improves your mindset. It improves your outlook. It improves your
Right.
inward view and look.
Right. Yeah. Overall.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and we don't talk about that maybe often enough. I don't know. But you and I have been working on our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be clear. Neither one of us are gym rats. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being more intentional in what we eat.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But also being more active, and I've definitely been more active.
I was going to say, you are way more active than I am. I do nothing physically. One, I can't.
No, you do. You do. And quit saying you can't. I'm tired of hearing you say you can't. But no. You are much more physically active than you give yourself credit for, because in your mental to-do list every day and every week, and I gotta, you are. So you are not, you act like you are like laying in bed all day every day, and you are not.
Well, I lay on the couch.
Okay, but you don't lay on the couch all day every day.
No. But
No, you do not.
No, but I'm saying I don't.
You
I don't
keep
work out.
You keep an impeccably cleaned house, and it stays that way.
Well, because I don't do it all in one day.
Okay, but it stays that way 7 days a week, week for 52 weeks a year. That you cook for 3 of us every day. Well, when I'm here.
Let's not go there.
Sorry, it's a subject.
That's a story
for another time, maybe.
No, because sometimes when I talk about her, you accidentally play these in the car, and then she hears what I say about her, and I'm going to get in trouble. Anyways, but yeah, I think the biggest thing that I've done for myself, and I saw my doctor this week, and I kind of rubbed her nose in it a little bit, because starting at the end of last year, I stopped sleeping.
Yes, you did.
Sleeping.
Exactly right.
And I begged her for, medication to sleep and just anything to sleep. And that adversely affect my health in a lot of ways.
Of course.
Outside of my normal problems. But
I don't know even how much our listeners or people understand, because I'll be candid. I didn't fully understand, I have read about that, about how important good sleep is and how negative poor sleep habits or not being able to sleep, that is a huge ass snowball rolling down a hill. When you talk about it's emotionally damaging, mentally damaging, physically damaging. So if we can get one thing moving in the right direction, that might be a snowball going down a really good hill path, what have you. And you've kind of been there now, recently.
Yeah.
I mean, a month or two.
Yeah, since May. Well, August 30th. Yeah, I know it down to the day.
Yeah.
So I just could not get her to do anything for me. I did a sleep study. It showed I was fine.
Right, by their standards, by their charts.
Yeah, I just wasn't stop. I think the standard is you stop sleeping or stop breathing so many times within it, and it had to be at least 4, and I stopped like 3 times or whatever. So, anyways, I didn't qualify for any issues or whatever. So, so I tried different meds, none of them worked, but I could not sleep more than 3 hours at night. I was up all night walking, reading, surfing, snacking, eating. So finally I found a nurse practitioner at a IV infusion place locally, which my nurse friend told me to go find someone. And I did, and she started me on the HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy, which I had done just estrogen before through my gynecologist, and I tried that for hot flashes.
Right.
And I got nothing. It didn't do any good. So I did that for like 2 years and I stopped. And so how she explained it to me is it's not just the estrogen. You need estrogen to work together with progesterone and testosterone. You need all 3 of them together. And sure as the world, like within a week, I slept 8 hours. Well, I
Right.
think I started like at 6 and then I went to
Correct,
7.
correct.
And now I'm somewhere between 7 and 8 hours. And I have lost like, 15 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to my doctor repeatedly over and over, if you get me to sleep, I know my health will improve and I will lose weight. I mean, we're going back years. I said
Right.
to her, because she sent me to a dietitian, because as soon as I hit menopause, I flopped on like 30 pounds instantly and I could never get rid of it. I could lose like 10, I could lose like 5, maybe 10. I was down to like 1,100 calories a day. I was starving.
Right.
I could do all the fad diets, the keto, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I know Andrew's rolling his eyes right now. I did everything.
Unapologetically, I don't care.
Yeah, I
that
know.
Andrew's rolling his eyes.
So I was up like 40 pounds and I could never get rid of it. And so now slowly with this, again, I don't know if it was the lack of sleeping, which, I mean, I put on that weight long before that, but I mean, I just could not. And
You
but
fluctuated a lot, right?
overall, I just feel a boost. Now, mind you, I still have a ton of health issues. I still have
Correct.
kidney disease, heart disease, and my New Year's, which will never leave me. But overall, I feel like I have more. I mean, I still take a nap in the afternoon.
That's sleep, baby. That's sleep.
It is, but actually, I sleep better at night if I get my nap. If I don't get my nap,
Yes,
it
it
is
shortens
that
up
not
your
true?
night. No, it is absolutely true.
It
I've
is
seen
true. So, and I still, I got restless legs.
So, but what you're talking about, what you learned from your nurse practitioner was, so we mean our bodies have to have some sort of a balance?
A balance. But,
Oh, so I don't have a right-hand doctor and a left-hand doctor. We can have somebody looking at these things in balance, or,
Yeah.
I mean, and that's where I have a disdain for modern American medicine. Look, if I'm in a car accident and, I'm bleeding out, they can really work wonders for you, right?
right.
I'm not going to go to a doctor for much else because they have a shitty track record.
Right.
I don't know who they help. Seriously.
Right. Well, for technology purposes, I mean, I've got that thing that they will monitor. I need their CAT scan once a year to make sure, it's not going to blow up and kill me. I mean, that I like to know.
I understand that the technology and the exploring research, or in the exploring or seeing
Things that we can't see.
but there's things that we can't see that they don't have to cut you open every time to figure something out now,
Right.
like they used to.
Right. Scans and, yeah.
Correct.
Anyways,
I know.
I didn't mean to
digress, but-
derail this
No, you did
conversation,
not. I
but-
think because, honey, I believe it all. Again,
Ties.
it all jives. We're all connected. We're connected. I like when I'm connected bodily to you, but we are connected emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
We are connected spiritually. And that is an awesome thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not always awesome, but we have to understand there's seasons in life. Just like there are 4 seasons. Now, where we live, there are absolutely 4 seasons in a year. One season, like fall, might be 24 hours,
Right,
but
right.
it's a season,
Yes.
okay?
You are 100% correct.
I.e., earlier last week when I drove up north and it was 97 degrees, so I took a couple pair of shorts and a T-shirt to lounge in, and then, my work clothes are my work clothes, but I mean, I have like summer work clothes and winter work clothes. And I was FaceTiming you at 5 o'clock in the morning and outside on a patio, and my teeth were chattering. It was
Yeah.
so cold.
And when we lived in Arkansas, I felt like they had 2 seasons, spring and summer. They didn't have winter.
No,
I
well,
called it
they had
spring and summer.
They had spring, which was like 3 months, and then they had summer, which was eternal freaking hell for like 9. Yeah. hot and humid every freaking day.
But in their supposed winter, they were bundled up, and we like had our spring jackets on.
Or if we had a jacket on, remember?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah. The first year we moved there, we
didn't.
never
We
wore a
had-
coat. Yeah,
we
no.
left a subarctic blast in the north and went to Arkansas, and it was 40 degrees during the day.
Yeah, but they had coats and hats
know.
and gloves and mittens. And,
But we are humans, and we
Yes,
go through
it's
these,
what you
and
know.
so we adapt. We do adapt. So what happened? We
By the
went
next
down
winter.
there, and we lived there for 2 years, and in 2 years we kind of adapted. Now I shaved my head,
Yeah.
so I didn't have hair to heat my head up because it was freaking hot.
Yeah.
But guess what? We also did. We adapted the other way, but we didn't. We got rid of our winter coats, our heavy coats, and then we moved back north. And now we got to go buy winter coats,
Yeah.
our heavy coats.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's seasonal. Our lives are seasonal.
But I'm enjoying the season in our lives.
Absolutely.
You let go of the little things, and you really kind of take stock of the big things and work on them.
And so, in this 100th episode, it's a soul's journey. All right, that's what this podcast is about: a soul's journey. And I said the song that popped in my head, "Come Sail Away" by Styx, right? When that song, and we just listened to that song before we sat down to
it's
do
part
this
of our
podcast.
dance party.
Right. So there's something about that song. It starts like a whisper, soft,
Keyboard playing.
hopeful, simple, and then it rises, right? It lifts off into something cosmic. You have the
Yep.
something that reminds you of what it felt like to dream when you were young. That's what it does for me. It says that this isn't about leaving. This is about returning to your own depth, to your own voice, to the compass inside you that always knew the way.
There's your word.
Some of us are stuck in the harbor, afraid of the waves, afraid of what we'll lose if we let go of the dock. But listen, the current is calling. The sails are ready. You don't need to know your destination. You only need to say yes to the journey. Because who you are is vast, is sacred, and is becoming. So, my queen, for our 100th episode, do you have any closing thoughts?
Well, when you're describing that scene, at the dock, I would just say, get yourself some Dramamine and climb on board.
There you go. That is awesome. You're right. You are so right. So let's take a breath together, all right? So inhale and feel the energy of 100 conversations, 100 awakenings. And then exhale. Let go of the noise, the pressure, the old definitions. Inhale again. And then feel your aliveness, your presence, your momentum. And then exhale. thank yourself for coming this far, for staying open, for choosing to keep growing. We're not here by accident. We're not finished yet. We are unfolding. You are a crusader. Not for conquest, but for clarity, for wholeness, for what's real. And now, sail on. This is Crusade with Me, episode 100. And we've only just begun. Come sail away. Hey Crusaders, if this episode lit something up inside you, if it made you pause, breathe, or think, then don't just ride the wave, be part of the tribe. This just isn't a podcast, it is a movement. We're building a community of awakened warriors, soul searchers, mystics, rebels, seekers, and we want you in it. Got thoughts, reflections, fire in your gut? Send us an email at crusadewithme@outlook.com. You can also follow and connect with us on Instagram at David Wayne McKee, Facebook at Crusade With Me, and TikTok if you like short bursts of soul thunder at Walter McWhite at DWM45ACP0. Every like, follow, message, or share helps keep this mission alive. To explore, expand, and evolve as we walk the narrow road, or sometimes sail away into the unknown. So don't just listen, engage. Don't just grow with us. This is your time. This is your tribe. This is Crusade with Me.